All right, all right, all right. It is Super Bowl Sunday.
Woo! Where's the soundtrack? Where's the soundtrack?
Welcome, guys. It's your boys here breaking it down for you on this crazy, crazy, crazy Super Bowl Sunday with some of the best bets that we have going on for the weekend. I'm with the Vegas Snake Eyes Electric Dave over here. How you doing, fellas?
How's it going? How's it going, my brother? Yeah, excited for the Super Bowl. It's been a roller coaster of a week with a lot of family things on my end. Love everybody who's, everybody going through everything, but mad love, mad support. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, man, Super Bowl. I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining us. We got a couple of the prop bets that definitely want to get some Taco's opinion as to what he thinks.
Sure.
Over unders on a couple crazy ones.
Mhm.
I typically I lay down about $40 in prop bets. It's always fun. I think it always makes the game more interesting. I know that's what you guys
Mhm.
think, I'm sure. But just to kind of kick it off, honestly, just right off the bat, heads or tails, Taco, what you got?
I mean, heads or tails. I mean, I always go tails because tails never fails. Let's
Your
go.
rhyming, your rhyming is a little bit off, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Tails is always the way I go too. So there you have it. That's our first little
What
prop
what
bet of
what
the
what
day.
what are the odds? Like, so if you wanted to bet on heads or tails, what's
It's
that?
even money. It's even money. So it's never really skewed one way or another.
It's like something that you
Let's
throw in a parlay bet as a nice little spicer upper.
right. Just to kind of get the game going. You know what I mean? There's just so many bets. I will say that every year, one of the things that
Hmm.
that's always intriguing to me is just how
Hmm.
many bets there are.
Hmm.
It always seems to increase, and I will say that for me, for the past 7 years that I've
Hmm.
seen,
Hmm.
this is the most I've ever seen,
Hmm.
honestly, from William Hill.
Hmm.
Um, you know, and they have so many like what will be more, and then it's like you
Hmm.
know this plus
A lot of
this
over
plus
under
this.
bets, right?
A lot of over unders, a lot of over
Hmm.
unders. So we got Chiefs will first score. What type of touch? What type of let's see. Chiefs first score will be a touchdown, a field goal, or a safety. Field goal or safety are plus 170. Touchdown is minus 200. So I mean, it's not a crazy one,
So
right? It's
so
not a
they're betting on the touchdown, and
positive.
if you get the field goal on it, you're looking at pretty decent money.
Yeah, plus 170 is pretty good. I mean, the odds on that one, that's not bad, to be honest with you. I like that one. That's
Mhm.
one I like. Let's see. Let's
I
take a
mean,
look at
I
a couple
remember the
others.
last time I seen a safety in the Super Bowl was when the Broncos
When they
played
hiked
the
it, the
Seahawks
Broncos,
right over.
the first
Oh
play. It
God,
was
that
the
was
first
so
play.
great. That was so great.
That was
Imagine you bet
Von Miller
that, bro.
MVP, right?
Yeah, like that's one of those great bets that pays off, and it's always in your memory for years and years later. It's one of those plays that I still remember.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. I mean, who doesn't? I remember Mark Cuban tweeted at like that. Oh, I picked the safety on the first play, but then he came back and said he didn't. But I thought it was a crazy. It was a
Yeah,
crazy prop bet that like if you had done that, it was some crazy odds.
yeah, that's a bit like that's a bit wild. I mean, honestly, one of the bets I think I'm looking most forward to is some of the bets that they have on like Brady and Mahomes and like MVPs and
So
all that
so let
stuff.
me get so let me give you one right now that I just saw. It's first completion by Patrick Mahomes. Is it going to be over 10.5 yards or under 10.5 yards? I mean, it's even money, so it's not like
Huh?
you win major money, but that's another one that's interesting. You know what I mean? What do you think if you were betting that one?
Under
First
or over
catch
10 first catch. I mean, I
by
think that he's
Mahomes.
probably going to do a little dump off to Kelsey.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I,
thinking
I
too.
mean,
Kind of get this one.
get the ball rolling. But then again, the way that Tyreek Hill carved him up last time, I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting to see the way they really approach this Bucks defense. I don't think they're really going to be able to get much on the ground, so it is going to be the Patrick Mahomes show. So I'm
All
definitely
right.
betting on Mahomes for MVP. Like that, like if I have
Let's see. Let's see.
one player, I'm definitely betting Mahomes MVP. I'm betting Mahomes over 2 passing touchdowns.
Well, they
I got
got they got a couple. Do you think he'll score a rushing touchdown? If you say yes on that, it's actually plus 220 and
mhm.
minus 260 if you don't think he will. So
It's better that
heavy
he
on favorite.
to not
heavy
rush
on
it.
favorite. Well, they're betting that basically he won't be rushing in a touchdown.
Oh, so they're saying they don't think he's going to rush it in.
Yeah. So they're
I
saying
think I think he
Mahomes
will
having
rush
a.
it.
You
I
think
think
he
he will
will?
rush it for a touchdown.
Well, if
I
you
would take
like
that
that
bet.
one, that's plus 220. So that's a if he's rushing one in, you're looking at 2.5 times your 2.2 basically your money.
So
That's a good one.
that's one to note down here. Rushing in touchdowns. Mahomes.
Rushing into Mahomes, yeah, plus 220.
Mm-hmm.
Passing yards, even money for Mahomes. Um, over 330.5 or under 330.5.
I would say in this game he's gonna have to throw over 330 yards if they're gonna win. So I would say
Okay,
over. What's the over on
you're
that?
like it's just even money on that one.
Even money. Over on the
Hmm.
yards. Okay. I think we'll
Yeah,
put
let's see.
together a nice little spicy parlay bet.
No, you can't do
Here.
parlays on props. It's another.
You
That's
can't
another
parlay
little.
on props.
No, you can't parlay props.
Gotcha.
Let's
So
see.
like
Let's
with the
give you another.
give me another one. Give me another one.
Will Tyreek Hill score a touchdown? Yes or no? And it's
I
plus
would say
one
yes.
fifteen. So it's minus 135. So they're anticipating that he will as well.
So
You know, it's
if I bet $10 that Tyreek Hill will score a rushing touchdown, how much would I win?
that he will. You'd win about $8.
So it's basically like you'd win your money back plus like a couple of shekels.
Yeah. I mean, $8 is not bad if you think he's gonna win. I mean, to score a touchdown, then that's a no-brainer to make that bet, though, right?
What's the over under on Kelsey catches? That's I think a big one that I was seeing
Let
earlier
me let
today.
me let me ask you this one because
Sure.
these are just fun to watch. Again, we appreciate it, guys. We didn't really want to give any sort of standard. There was too many bets for us to really like hone in on one or two. We just wanted to give you guys a little bit of our thoughts on everything. So again,
Absolutely.
appreciate everybody watching the show. Some of the ones that we like, some of the ones that we're going to throw a little bit of money on.
Sure.
So it's on this one here. It says, which will happen first for Patrick Mahomes, an interception or a touchdown? Interception, obviously, plus 330. Touchdown, minus 410. So, I mean, you bet, like, if we're just not going off the 100, we're going off 10. You're betting $10, then you'll win about 6 on that. Um,
Huh.
So that's, I mean, it's obviously,
So
I think,
what like
I'm
what do
sorry,
they
you
have?
you won't win. You won't win 6. You would actually win 245.
Oof, that's a rough one. Like
Yeah.
what would be and I think you know what? I think this is why some of the new age um sports betting like FanDuel sports betting is I think really going to take off because I know they allow for these prop bet parlays, which I think will make things so interesting.
I don't think so. I don't. No, nobody
For
really.
the in-game parlays from what I've seen advertised for FanDuel
Mm-mm.
Sportsbook, that's one thing
I
because
would look
that's the
back
next
into
step.
that. Prop bets has not been a thing that's ever.
That would
There's
be the
never
next
been.
step because
I
it
don't
because that
think so, man.
yeah because it would be like
It's too outrageous. The odds would be too
no,
crazy.
that's not true
So
because you have a lot more bets where it's like over under on yards, touchdown or not touchdown, like all those things. I could prop bet a Tyreek Hill over 150 yards with one touchdown with 7 catches all in one prop bet, and that's not like necessarily too ridiculous, but like that I think will be the future that we'll see because there's too many of these prop bets that you can make it too tantalizing by putting some of these numbers in that will draw interest. I feel like that's the next step, and I think that's one of the things that some of these online sports books definitely I think might be able to do pretty easily because they want to keep the in-game
I
action. So
don't
I can
know.
only imagine what in-game props they're going to be posting during the game because these are all just the pre-game props like during the game how do they plan on throwing that out? Because I know a lot of times you say during the game they'll throw out a certain prop bet like points in the second quarter or stuff like that, and where you hedge previous bets. So I think it'll be really interesting to see how how Vegas comes out on these sports book come out with in-game prop bets. I think that's going to be
I mean, it'll be interesting. It's I was looking at some as you were discussing it there. I was looking at some things. I mean, it says there could be some things on under DraftKings, but maybe it's something that down the road once they get a license in Vegas, I could give you guys some more insight on.
or in New York.
As of right now, yeah, or
I
New
can't
York,
pull it
of
up on
course.
my phone,
Uh,
but from what I'm
um,
seeing on their commercials and the way they're advertising it, it sounds like that's where they're going with this prop bet game and with these bet games. I think that's going to be so cool. That's going to be so
well,
cool because that
we'll
us fantasy
we'll,
sports geeks are going to be going crazy. And like
well,
over the last 10 games, Tyreek Hill has averaged 6.5 catches. So I think it's going to be
Well,
crazy, bro.
we'll table that for now. We'll table that for now because that's not something
Sure,
that is actually
sure,
going on right now. So,
sure. So
but
what
good points. Good
what do
points.
we got on Tom
Uh,
Brady for his prop
let's
bets?
see, because let's see on Tom Brady's side.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Bear with me. There is a lot. First, actually, since you mentioned Brady, we got will Gronk score a touchdown? Yes or no? Yes,
Yes.
being plus 160, which is pretty good odds. So you'll win your money 1.6 times your money. Bet 10, you'd win 26.
Damn.
Not bad. Or you would win
So
16.
if you bet 100, you'd win 260.
No, 160. 160. I apologize.
160.
That's with your 10. That's with your 10.
Right.
So every 100 of whenever it's plus 160, it's going based off of 100. So if you lay 100, you'd win plus whatever that one number is. So plus 160 and your 100. So 260 the total out.
Interesting.
Mike Evans, over 67.5 yards is even money. Over under on that. Let's see where
Yeah.
the Brady's coming. Okay,
I
Brady
think
rushing yards.
over. Brady rushing yards. What are we looking at here?
Is this real? We got Brady rushing yards. Over or under a half a yard?
I would go with the over.
Yeah, I mean it's even money on that one. That's not half a yard. They really
I
don't
mean,
think good old Tom's gonna even attempt to. I mean, when you're scrambling, sometimes you might pick up a yard.
that's true. That's true. That's what I'm thinking as well. That's why I'd put him in there. Or just in a
Then
situation
again,
where they blitz him out and he just escapes the pocket and is able to go for a couple of yards. So a half a yard, I mean, that means he just one QB sneak away from going ahead. So I'm definitely going with the Brady over on half a yard on
a
that
half a
one.
yard on that. But
What do
then
we
again, you got to take into account the safeties, and not the safety, the sacks. I would assume those losses, go into account there. So,
when you get sacked, it doesn't go against your rushing yards.
oh, okay, all right. So
But
then
when you take a knee, it does. So he could have like
mm.
a yard and then take a knee at the end of the game, and that would take him out of this.
See, this is why we need that insight, right? Because those are those are the type of things
That
where right
that's great.
now, if you got
Yeah.
that half a yard, he comes up, scrambles, gets one, then end of the game,
Taking some knees, and you're like, wow, really
there
stretching
goes
here.
my 100.
For real though.
Exactly.
It
So
happens
let's
like that.
see, complete versus incomplete. First pass. Do you think it'll be a complete pass or an incomplete pass? And we got minus 180 on complete and plus 160 on the incomplete.
So first pass being incomplete is the better bet.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. I like incomplete as the first. I think
I'm on
Brady,
whichever one pays better. That's one of those bets. I'm like, which one pays better? Because like,
passes and punts.
that's so like crazy. Because it's so easy for it to be just like, someone drops back and the blitz comes and he just doesn't
Right.
complete. Because I mean,
Exactly.
I think it's going to be hard to not see, decent pass rush. I'm more of the believer that the Bucks are going to be running with the 4 down men and not sending too many sacks or too many extra rushers to sack the quarterback, because they're gonna have to play back against guys like Hill, guys like Hardman. Hardman to me is a huge wild card in this game. I think that he's gonna be someone that with Tyreek Hill more than likely going to be covered by at least a guy shading over top in a safety and probably like a cornerback on him, or them running some sort of zone where they focus on him. I think it's going to be pretty much, open opportunity for guys like Kelsey, Watkins, and Hardman. And I think that definitely sets up for a little bit of the FanDuel life, because I did make one of the whatchamacallit, I did make a FanDuel for this week, and last week, as we posted, we did a decent hit on it. As we're going over these prop bets, but these are the four guys, and five guys I'm flexing with this week. So Mahomes, like I was telling Dave, that's the guy, that's the boss. What we got to figure out what the MVP bets are right now, because
Yeah,
I'm
let me look for that one
betting
specifically.
I'm betting Mahomes for MVP. That's for sure. Gronk, like Dave was saying, the odds of him getting a touchdown, it sounds like, even though it's playing towards even money, I'm betting on Gronk definitely getting a touchdown. I know the way Brady plays, and Brady likes to get his boy involved. With that said, Mahomes and Kelsey have great rapport, and Kelsey has been someone in the red zone and in basically any stretch of the field where they need to get a play done, they're able to get it off to Kelsey. But especially in the red zone, with the fact that this is a good rushing defense, I can see them doing some trick plays to get Kelsey involved. And I know that might be the first thing that they're looking for. So I think that's also why a guy like Hardman to me is going to be interesting, because in the red zone, I see they like to do the trickeration, end arounds, little fake play actions where they toss it back into Kelsey. So that's why I'm going with Hardman and Kelsey. Plus, obviously, I have to go with someone with a little bit less money in order to make this work. So Hardman and Gronk were the guys. But these are my FanDuel boys. I'm rolling with them for $7. Hopefully, we can turn it into a million. But who we got on odds for MVP?
I'm looking. It's just so many. I'm looking through to see who we got as MVP. Again, while I look at these, I might throw some out there like this one.
Sure.
Since we were talking about the first play with Denver last year, right? So
Yep.
this time around, if you think that there's going to be a safety by Kansas City on the first scoring play, plus 4,000,
Wow.
plus 3,500 for Tampa Bay. Um, Tampa Bay, other type of touchdown, plus 2,000. Kansas City, other type of touchdown, plus 2,000. I'm
So that would be
assuming,
like
obviously,
interception. When they say other type, that's like interception, fumble, or like
yes.
pick
Pick
six,
six.
or
Yep.
kick return.
Yep.
Does that count for rushing touchdown? No,
No,
probably not.
rushing touchdown separate. So rushing plus
Rushing and
550 for Kansas City and plus 500 for Tampa Bay.
passing.
Field goal plus 450 for Tampa Bay. Passing touchdown plus 400 for Tampa Bay. So they're thinking Casey's gonna draw blood first. So that's a real interesting one. I like that one.
Yep.
I like
I
the
think
other.
yeah, I think Tampa Bay gets the ball first, but I think that
What
Mahomes is
about
just gonna blow up today.
what about exact margin of victory? Tampa Bay 13 through 18 points is plus 1,600, um, or Kansas City by 13 to 18, 600. So, I mean, there's a huge difference there. They really think Kansas City heavy favorites here. So
Yeah,
that just tells you they don't
but,
think they're gonna win by that many points. At
but
least
I think
if
from what I
Tampa Bay
saw
doesn't.
or from what I heard, it's -3.5 right now for the Bucks. Is that still holding?
It is -3.
-3 right now for the Bucks. So they're calling it a field goal game.
Yes, they are.
So if the Chiefs win by more than a field goal, you're sitting at a decent payday. So what does that
Uh,
pay? Let's just say if I had $100 and I bet that the Chiefs would beat them by more than the 3 points, right? How much would I win?
Well, it just depends if you want an alternate line. So if you think that they're just going to win by -3, if you're taking the points, then it's -110, right? So if you bet 100, you win 90, minus the points, right? So
Uh-huh.
it's just you minusing the points. Now, if you, again, there's so many prop bets, guys. Um,
Mhm.
let's just see here if they have any sort of. Um, that's really where you would go, like either exact point line
Because I see a
or
lot of people
margin.
going in and they're taking the Bucks for big money on this one. They were down they were -3.5 points, I know, for the most part for most of the week. Now I think they're down to -3. But like, where would you put your money if you wanted to get a winning
Well,
bet right for this thing? What would you do to bet? What
I mean,
what?
I like a lot of the ones we mentioned. I like the Gronkowski one. I think I'm going to drop some money on him scoring a touchdown. We talked about Tom Brady incomplete pass for the first one. All the ones we mentioned, guys, are the ones I kind of liked. So sorry if I'm being a little biased. I like Tom Brady incomplete pass. I like Tom Brady having a rushing touchdown. I like Tampa Bay to score first. That one, if so, first scoring play. Tampa Bay, other type of touchdown. I'm thinking a defensive touchdown, a little bit of a shell shock to get the game going, kind of like Indianapolis had with the Chicago Bears when they did a pick six on my man Peyton. So something like
Yeah.
that, or even
I
Devin
remember.
Hester. I think he scored. Was it a pick six or actually was it
No,
just
it
Devin
was
Hester
it was a
scoring
kick return
kickoff?
touchdown from Devin Hester.
Yeah,
I
Devin
remember.
Hester. Yeah. There you go. The only one that's happened in all the Super Bowls. So
And
I
that
like
was the
that
one to
one.
bet on too, because Hester was having an incredible year
He
that year.
was. He was having a year. Like he was. That was the one to bet on. Then we got how many
It,
plays for the first scoring drive. So, if you think only 1 to 2 plays, plus 1,000.
hmm. Now, the real question here is who do you got winning the game?
I got the
No
Bucks.
prop. No, you have the Bucks winning straight up.
Yeah, I got the Bucks straight up. Oh, by the
Wow.
way, me and you were talking about this earlier, and it said jersey number of first to score a touchdown. So I know we were talking because me and you were like, "Wait, that's got to be player," But I was a little confused as to what they meant by that. But they actually mean they will put a variety of numbers in that category. So 13, if your player is numbered 13 through 20, it's plus 180 if they score the touchdown. The first touchdown. If it's 81 through 99, it's plus 320. If it's
Does
21
Mahomes
through
count?
30, huh?
Does Mahomes throwing it count? That's my question. It'd be the person receiving it or the person rushing it.
Hey, that's a good. I think that they're talking about receiving or rushing.
Because
I don't
I'm
know
like,
that they
I
mean.
bet Mahomes on there, and I have a huge shot. Because if Mahomes, let's
No,
just say,
yeah,
throws to a hill, wouldn't that necessarily equate to a touchdown for Mahomes?
no, I don't. That's a good question, but I don't think that they mean touchdown scorer. So I think that they mean the
Oh,
person that
touchdown
actually
scorer.
scored.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
Mahomes still
nah,
scored it.
nah. They mean the scorer, the wide receiver, the running back, the quarterback if he rushes it in. But it's still not bad. I mean, it's like what number is Mahomes? Is he 15?
Mahomes number. I think so.
I think he's
I
15.
think TB 12. So I mean, they basically did it 13 because we know that Tom Brady's obviously 12. So that
Right. They stopped it right at 12. And Mahomes obviously. So 1 through 12 is plus 375. 31 through 80. 31 through 80. That's all basically defenses. Plus 900.
yep. And Mahomes is 15. All right. So the question everyone wants to know. Let's get these MVPs out. And
I
I'm
know.
going Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs. Obviously, I got Chiefs winning this bad boy. I think Chiefs could beat them by at least 7. At least 7. I think that Brady is way past his days of being the undisputed GOAT. I think that this is the game where Mahomes finally puts himself into that conversation of up and coming future GOAT, future leader of the new NFL. Don't you agree here, Dave? This is
I
this is the
don't agree
next
with
step.
that. No,
This is
I
the next
don't.
step into Mahomes becoming
I,
the greatest quarterback ever in NFL history once he wins this
Here's the thing.
championship.
I know, again, all jokes aside, Mahomes is obviously a great quarterback. He's in that shine where right now everybody's calling him what you're doing. They're just sprinkling the GOAT sprinkles because it's so easy
I
to
said
hand out GOAT
he keeps this
sprinkles
path.
nowadays.
He keeps
Uh,
his path. He keeps his path. You
Listen,
just keep doing it.
you handed him GOAT status
No,
before he
no,
won
no.
his
We
first Super Bowl.
discussed this on the
So
other on the
let's.
show, Rick.
You know who
Like
they
I
gave
said,
the MVP to this year, right? Aaron Rodgers. So
what are you
you
talking about?
got
What are you talking
players
about?
like Aaron Rodgers.
Boy,
Yeah, no, I mean it doesn't seem like you just. I mean
why do you think I
you just
rocked this?
handed. You
Why
just
do you think I rocked
handing.
this?
You're handing GOAT statuses I remember you talking Aaron Rodgers like, greatest of all time, blah blah blah. We've been down
Honestly,
this road. All I'm
Rodgers
saying is
is,
it's.
is a great quarterback, but what Mahomes is doing, he's on a goat path. He
I'm not
wins this.
saying that he.
He wins this game. We're sitting there like Highlander. There can only be one, bro, and he just took the head off the goat. So that just means
He
that he
hasn't
got all
even
that
won the
goat power.
game yet. He hasn't
Oh,
even
bro,
won
it's
the
over.
game, and we're
It's
already.
over before it starts.
Oh
I'll eat
God!
humble pie
This is
all
why it's
next
funny to me.
episode if the Chiefs lose. I'll get a whole humble pie and eat all of it in front of everyone. But that ain't
Well,
happening. Because guess what? It's Chiefs time, baby.
oh
Mahomes
my
taking
God!
over. Get ready, baby. He's gonna get cemented, son. He's gonna get cemented in goat juice.
Wow! Wow! I think Mahomes himself would prefer not to be signed in that light, but
I don't know,
here's the
man.
thing: I don't see the MVP one, man. There's just too many. There's too many props. I've looked and I've looked, and I don't see necessarily who they got um, as the MVP.
Well, I
Let me
mean,
see
obviously we know
here.
Mahomes is the odds-on favorite, but we'd like to see how far Tom Brady is behind him. I think that would have been cool. But I do think that this is going to be a great Super Bowl, regardless of anything. I do think it's going to be a close game if Tom Brady's able to keep his turnovers down. Mahomes, for the most part, we know he plays a clean style of football. And I think that when you look at the way he played in his last game, 76% completion, 325 yards, 3 touchdowns, 127.6 QB rating. Mahomes is playing at the top of his game. Tyreek Hill was
He
talking
is.
about it in practice. He was dotting on dots. He literally took it up from another level. At least that's what Tyreek Hill is saying. You saw Tyreek Hill; he was excited. He's sitting there like, I can't wait to play this game because Mahomes is ready. So to
Good
me,
one for you. Since we're talking Tyreek Hill, over 1.5 on rushing attempts, plus 180.
yes, he will get over 1.5. In
I
this
think so
game,
too. That's
in this game, with the way that Tampa Bay is able to have such a good defensive line that they're able to really neutralize a lot of the run, and with the fact that the Chiefs really don't have a dependable running back between CEH and Williams, I think that's going to really put them in a situation where they're going to use guys like Hardman and they're going to use like guys like Tyreek Hill with end arounds or direct, straight, runs where they'll maybe get them coming over. And I think that's going to be a lot of the situation that we're going to see. We're going to see a couple of Mahomes scrambles today, I feel like. And I think that's how Kansas City is going to get some of their run game going on. But for the most part, I think it's going to be short passes to the guys like Kelsey and Watkins, and they're going to move the ball down the field, and they're just going to go out there and they're going to dominate.
well. Again, I don't. Obviously, Vegas agrees with you, and Tampa
Obviously,
Bay. He, huh?
obviously.
You are just.
The
I'm
talented
telling you,
Mr.
people
Taco.
were
Thank you
the
very much.
talented Mr.
I appreciate it.
Talented Mr. Taco feeling good about himself about the
Well, no, I
game.
mean, I'm just saying, like the way Mahomes is playing right now, and with what he did in the last game versus the Bucks, and with the Bucks not having that great of a secondary, this is a game where you let Mahomes go out there and sling it. It's not like the same thing that he was facing last year versus the San Francisco 49er defense that had that really great secondary and had that great defensive line where they were able to get pressure on him and rush that quarterback. So I think it's going to be a situation where Mahomes is going to have a lot less pressure. I don't think that this Chiefs defense, this Bills defense, not this Bills defense, this Bucks defense is good enough to stop Mahomes. And I think the Chiefs defense is a little underrated. And I think they'll be able to do a lot more to slow down Brady than people are giving them credit for. And I think that's why the Chiefs are going to be in a situation to definitely dominate.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I like the Bucks. The Bucks didn't get here by mistake, and Tom Brady didn't pick the Bucks by mistake, right? You got a great coach on that
Yeah,
side.
yeah, you know what? When you take the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands when you're down by 8 points on that fourth down, no. You did get here by luck because Aaron Rodgers should have had that ball and should have stopped him. But Matt
But
LaFleur is a moron.
we're
What he
not.
did
But
was
we're past
stupidity.
that. We're
Look,
past that. We're
he
here
got here by
now.
luck, though. You said he wasn't here by
We're
luck.
here.
He
I'm
was here by
saying.
luck. They got lucky.
All right. All right. Well, let me apologize and say I
Oh,
misspoke then. My point in saying him getting to the championship game, him getting into the playoffs, him picking a contending team with a lot of weapons and a great coach is why they're here. I think that a lot of the things that the Bucks did well is what Tom Brady anticipated they would be able to mask some of the things that maybe he's declined on when you got weapons like Evans, when you got even Scotty Miller, who didn't perform that well, you got Godwin, you got all these guys. Huh?
I was saying I had Scotty Miller for that touchdown, so I'm right with you. Scotty Miller, go, Scotty, go.
I mean, when you got some of these guys, though, I think that you obviously they have a chance, and I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a fun game. Like you're saying, you got some legacy versus new school
Yep.
type of cementing here. This
Goat
obviously
versus future
could
goat.
elevate Mahomes to another status. This
Oh yeah, I love to
really,
hear that.
and not that Tom Brady needs any more elevation in his game, but this
Well,
would
no, no.
really kind of cement that. It
I
really
think
would. It really would.
If Tom Brady wins this game and Tom Brady's MVP, he gets cemented as the greatest male athlete in American sports history.
Um, I'm gonna say this. There was no deflating of any basketballs for Michael Jordan, so there was no scandals of
Michael
any
Jordan didn't
deflate
do it
gate.
this long though, bro. That's the
What?
thing. Like Tom Brady in his
Jordan
40s.
took off a year
He's
because he was told
42
to
years.
take
He's
off a
42
year.
year old. No, he's 42 years old in the Super Bowl. And if he wins this one versus the
Yeah.
LeBron James of the sport, you can't. Then that's what puts him over Jordan. He wins this one, it
Oh
puts
my
him over
God. I
Jordan.
just don't know that I can
You can
physically
say it.
ever say
You
that.
can say it.
I know I couldn't.
You can say
So
it.
yeah,
It gives him 7, right? It's the
what?
7th. It's the 7th Super
It would
Bowl
be his
for Tom
seventh.
Brady.
It would. Let me just say this. It would
And
be
football's
hard.
a lot harder to win than basketball.
It would be hard for somebody to not have that conversation and not say that what you're saying. So I'm just saying
You're
that for
saying that
me, someone
Mahomes
like
wins.
myself, I couldn't say that yet. I think he would need maybe something else.
He
Huh?
needs this win because I feel like what Brady's done this season, he's brought back a lot of the heat that he had from the Belichick days, the New England days, where he was a hated guy coming to Tampa. And I feel like the way he's done it, a lot of people just feel a lot less like ew,
Yeah,
Tom
I
Brady,
agree
or
with
like
that. I agree.
respecting Tom Brady.
I
And
agree. I agree.
I
That's
feel like
definitely
this championship, especially because it'd be versus Mahomes, who's in his prime, who's coming off another great season, who's looking like a beast. Brady wins this one, it's going to be hard for anyone to deny him as up there. He's on the Mount
no. I
Rushmore. He's
agree.
already on the Mount Rushmore,
He
but
is
he might
already
be the
there. Yeah.
headliner. It's going to be Tom
No.
Brady and Jordan and company. You know that's who it would be.
Oh my God.
But
See, I think that we'll
Mahomes
leave
wins,
that.
if Mahomes wins, it's still Brady and Jordan with Mahomes saying, "Nah, guys, you got to include me in the law firm," and he puts himself on that category to win a three-peat, because he already won one in a row. So
There's
this
never
would
been
be
one.
this will be a second win in a row, and he has the illustrious three-peat ahead of him in football. So if Mahomes wins this one, this is huge for Mahomes' legacy, because not only do you
Well,
beat
yeah, there's never
the
been a
GOAT,
three-peat in football.
you not only do you beat the GOAT, but you put yourself on three-peat champion territory. So this is a big one for
Here's
Mahomes.
my problem, and I'll tell you my personal opinion as to these eras with great players like that. It's just that for people who are fans of their teams, it's just a struggle to get back to the promised land.
Yeah.
And again, that's just the hater shadow. But I'm just saying in general, I mean, it's awesome to watch, obviously, to see how great they are. But if Mahomes wins this one, I just don't want to see another Mahomes Super Bowl. It's another Tom Brady
Oh, you're
happening.
one of those
Too
people.
many.
Can we at least do this then? Can we at least admit that if Mahomes wins this one, he's better than Peyton Manning?
He's better than. How can you do
If he wins
Manning
this
like
Super
that?
Bowl, if he wins this Super Bowl,
I
right
would
here,
not still
versus
you have
Brady.
to you just said the longevity of Tom, right? You got to talk about how many titles, how many
He only
division
has 2
championships.
titles,
No,
and
no,
one
I
of
know
them
he
he
only
won.
has two.
No, and his defense won both of them. Because let's remember the
I
interception that the
understand the
Colts
Denver.
had, and the Denver Broncos carried him. So he's no Eli Manning. First of all, playoff
Oh
Eli
my
is better
God.
than playoff Peyton.
I will give you that. I will give you that. You go back and
Peyton
watch
Manning is
those
not a
Super
playoff
Bowls. Peyton
quarterback.
Manning,
Peyton
but
Manning is not a playoff quarterback.
he's not a playoff quarterback.
He's
But
the
he
Mike
won 2 Super
D'Antoni of
Bowls. So you have
quarterbacks.
to be a a player to win 2 Super Bowls, right? I mean, you
No,
have to be.
you have to have a playoff defense.
Oh my goodness.
And
I
on
know he
that
didn't
note,
win. I don't know that. And I don't know that he didn't win that MVP when he was in Indianapolis for the
if he
Super Bowl
won it, he
MVP.
didn't deserve it. because we all remember the interception that they had to. Oh no,
Yes,
no,
I
wait,
remember. Was
no, no.
it he
One,
did
one versus the Bears versus the Saints. That was when he threw the interception
the
that lost.
Saints? You're right. Versus the
Saints
Saints.
beat them. That I'll never forget it because the Saints cornerback Red Manning picked it. Game over. Drew Brees wins. I think
Yeah.
that Drew Brees at this point in time has consideration for being better than Peyton Manning, and I think that a lot of people don't give it enough credence. Drew Brees,
Man.
because of longevity, like you said, we're gonna bring longevity up. I mean, he
I'm
has more
sorry.
career
I like
yards.
Peyton way better. I think it has a
I
lot more to do.
Brees needs more respect than Peyton Manning.
All right, well, listen, that's a conversation for a day where we're going to start talking GOAT conversations, and everybody is that's a subjective comment by every fan. So, with that being said, like you were going to say,
Absolutely.
really, games coming up pretty soon here, guys. We got a lot of things planned. Me and Taco are definitely going to try and get back on and making sure that we get you guys some coverage on a lot of these bets. So, stay tuned.
And one thing that
Um,
I want to touch on real quick while we have Dave on here, there's been a little something that we've been cooking up for you guys, and it's still like in early development. But we love to talk players. We love to talk, future and past of what these players are doing. And one way that we express that is through some of these sports cards that we get into, and it's something that we've been really starting to dive deep in, and we're going to start bringing to the channel more often to show you guys, the fun side of opening packs, but also like some of the investing side, and just how the industry is being really transformed. I feel like, and we've really noticed that, especially over these last couple of months and years, that sports cards and just cards in general have really made a comeback. And it's something that, even for a little bit of investing, isn't that bad. We made a little investment
and
in Jason Dominguez, and we had our diamond hands, and we're already seeing an improvement. But you were saying?
yeah. No, and just to add to what you're saying, that I mean, it's definitely something that I feel like me and Taco really gotten back into. I've collected my whole life since being a little kid, from Pokemon cards to basketball cards to everything. And one of the things I really am enjoying watching right now that you guys can get from what we're doing, right, is that insider knowledge on some of these guys really fast track some of the value of some of these cards too. So, like, a lot of times we'll have conversations about something and we're buying a card for a player, and you're seeing the increase on that card value over the course of just a couple of weeks, or even a nice little hot streak. So
Yep.
I will tell you guys that a lot
And
of
the
the
first
knowledge
guy that
in
we'll
that,
mention this on, hold on, don't forget to mention the name that we brought up, Jason Dominguez. We were
yeah, I
like
mean, Taco
hyper about Jason
very
Dominguez because
early
he was
on.
a young kid that came in, Yankee prospect, signed for a lot of money, and as he vaulted and he got his first cards came out fairly recently. I want to say within the last couple of months. We started buying them up like a couple of weeks ago, and we've already seen almost a doubling in his value
At
in this
least.
short time, and that's kind of why we're sitting back and we're like, hey. Some of these things that we look at and we talk about, and Dave's dad does a lot of watching of the Dominican players. So it's just all these different aspects of information that we get to pull into this program. We get from
One
everywhere.
one of the things that you always like to say is just showing you guys how to win, from fantasy sports to basketball cards
Yep.
to all kinds of different scopes of prop bets and not prop bets and regular bets. Those are some of the things that we want to try and help you guys win, because helping you guys win helps us win, right?
Yep.
Like we want to win together, and we
Community.
honestly we want to give you guys a lot of perspective on the sports industry, on different, we're going to
Yep.
try and niche that out as well. Our main channel will have everything really from the scope
Yep.
of a lot, but we're going to start niching that out as well, guys. So, like, if you really enjoy sports cards and that's all you want to hear, then,
Yep.
we might have just something that is just built TDS sports cards. So we're just giving you grand scheme of things, kind of roadmap. But again, a lot of things in the works, guys. We'll definitely share some of what we carry right now, what we're holding weight on, what we like.
Yep.
So
And
yeah,
let us
man,
know
that's
what
what we
you guys
got.
are looking for. If there's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
you want us to cover or something that you think that would be interesting for us to show off, because we love to hear from you guys. Our guy Dave made a couple of sick prop bets for the Super Bowl. And I think that's really cool, and we love hearing from you guys, like Cameron during the Ravens game, and we really appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving us, and we love to give it back to you guys as well, through doing certain things like this and certain contests that we're gonna have coming up. But baseball's coming, sports cards are coming. we're getting ready. We're getting geared up. It's going to be a great 2021. I hope everyone enjoys the Super Bowl. We thank you for rocking with us. At the end of the day, you know, stay healthy, stay safe, and God bless everyone. Have a healthy,
Yeah.
happy.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because I know that Taco's gonna hit me over the head with, "Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
we didn't mention that."
We didn't hit
But
the
no,
numbers
man, don't forget
properly,
to
sir. In the first 15 minutes, I didn't say it enough times. But no, guys,
like,
thank
share,
you
and
very much.
subscribe. And you said baseball, but if you notice on my wall over there, yeah, Yankee Stadium stop, baby. Yankee Stadium stop. I've already got a little money on the futures bet for Yankees winning the World Series. Every time I get a
Yeah.
little win, I always drop a little extra on it. But yeah, guys, that's what we got. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Have fun. It's always fun chatting with you guys, and we'll be back, man.